The golden child is always idealized and placed on a pedestal because this child is seen as the perfect child. Why? They fulfill the desires of the parent and they reflect their ego. You see, as the scapegoat or the black sheep reflects the dysfunctionality in the family. The golden child covers it. The golden child reflects the ego of the parents. And it might seem advantageous because at that moment, the golden child is showered with praise, privileges, attention at the expense of other siblings. In fact, that golden child is a reference. Whenever you do something bad, why don't you be like your brother? Why don't you be like your sister? Whenever you fail, why don't you be like your brother or your sister? Whenever anything negative that your parents don't want, they'll be the reference. Because what? This golden child is living based on their expectations. And that's the condition. It might seem advantageous, but it comes with a condition. Being idealized, they're being idealized and placed on a pedestal. It comes with a condition. The condition is the ability of the child to live on the parents' expectations. The moment they stop living on the expectations, then they are punished. Hey, Kwani, what has happened to you? Have you started to be listening to now? The black sheep is now the reference. The black sheep is now the reference of the bad things. Don't be like so and so. Don't hang out with so and so. So they create like a friction between the golden child and the black sheep. There's always that friction between the golden child and even not only the black sheep and the other siblings. So this golden child is raised up on perfection basis. So it's all about pleasing the parents. It is not, they are not living their own lives. And since they've mastered that art of converting that traumatic environment to achieving, they're the perfect child. These people now, they have no issue. It's not like the black sheep who now will speak out on the dysfunctionality. The golden child is very perfect at dissociating from reality, because to them it's all about being accepted and loved. They will do that at their own expense of knowing themselves or who they are, or their well-being, their emotional well-being. No, for as long as my parents, this is what my parents want, and for as long as my parents accept me, if I do well, if I achieve, then they're going to love me, they're going to accept me. That's all. If I fail, then these people are not going to love me. So for the golden child, to them it's all about perfectionism. It has nothing to do with that, like failure is a process. No, they don't see failing as a process. To these people, failing is bad. Doing something wrong is bad. These people live a certain life in front of their parents. They live a certain life like a good, perfect kid. Sadly, as they grow up, they develop a double life. So on this other end, they are some type of person. But when they come to the light, they are very perfect kids. And you'll find them inside the messing around, inside they are doing shitty things. They'll always do with the black sheep. So that in case they are caught in that mess, who does the blame goes to? The blame goes to the black sheep. You're the one who's misleading your brother. You're the one who's misleading your sister. So as much as it may seem advantageous to be a golden child while growing up, because of all these praises you're being showered with, because of all these attentions you're being showered with, the privileges, as much as it may seem advantageous, it comes with its own impact. It comes with its own effect as you grow up. And the first impact is always that pressure of being perfect. The pressure of being perfect. That pressure comes with fear of failure or making mistakes. Because now for you don't see, as I said, you don't see mistakes as a process. You don't see mistakes as something to build you. You see mistakes as a very bad thing because you're going to be punished. To the parents, you're supposed to be perfect. Remember, you're a reflection of their ego. So you're not supposed to be making mistakes. So the fear comes whereby if I make mistakes, I won't be accepted. If I make mistakes, I won't be loved, because they are looking at the reference, the black sheep. The black sheep is not loved. The black sheep is not accepted. I don't want to be like that. And since they've mastered that act of, dissociating with the reality, they've mastered that act of turning that energy, that traumatic energy to achievement, they fear failing. When these people fail, bro, these people can actually burn out. Because now coming back, there's that now self-sabotage, there's that guilt trip. Now I've let down my parents. Again, on that, the same pressure, there is lack of creating boundaries. Why? Because you're used to pleasing people. That is, you've been pleasing your parents all along. So the boundaries, you'll only make your boundaries to the people you don't like. But the people you're vulnerable to, the people who are close to you, you can't make boundaries around them. You will always just be doing something that, is they are expecting because you want to be accepted. Secondly, a golden child's value are always tied to their achievements or how well they serve their parents' ego. Now, this also comes with a lot of impacts. This comes with low self-esteem whenever they fail. Because now they feel they're no longer going to be accepted. Lack of identity because they're used to pleasing others rather than focusing on their own authenticity. And then they develop this tendency of seeking external validation rather than internal confidence. So for them, whenever they need confidence, they have to seek external validation. Another impact is strained sibling relationships. Remember, the golden child grows up as better than the others. So there's always that friction between the other siblings. As I said, all that attention they're getting from the parents, the privileges, the praises, they're getting at the expense of the other siblings. So there's always that constrained relationship. And this golden child doesn't see a problem with that, because to them, they're like, hey, you know what? You're the people who are the problem. Our parents are expecting this and this and this. You people are not doing it. You're not doing this and this and this. Why are you not doing that? So you people are the problem. So these people basically grow as the mini parents, and they feel like it's right for them to do so. When the parents are not there, it is their duty to actually put their siblings in line. So instead of them growing as siblings, to them they are better than their siblings. So that relationship is it's kind of strained. There's some type of friction on it. And this will flow even outside their family relationships to their own relationships. Unconsciously, they'll always want to be superior. Unconsciously, they'll always want to be favored. So it's going also to affect their relationships, because it will be very difficult for them to listen to their partners. In fact, they are going to choose a partner who is in the bracket that has to be accepted by the parents. If the parents don't accept their partner, it doesn't matter whether they love that partner or not. They are not going to choose that partner. And if they choose that partner, they are going to conform that partner to what their parents expect the partner to be. They actually go there and impose this dysfunctionality they're from. This dysfunctionality they've been covering in their family, they take it to their own relationships. Another impact is emotional suppression. Golden children are always expected to suppress their emotions. That's what they're expected to do, because that's the only way you can dissociate from reality. That is the only way. So that you can keep the family image. So they suppress the emotion. Most of the time, the emotions is invalid. The emotions are not allowed, because it's not what is expected here. If you start now thinking for yourself, if you start now, speaking however you feel, then it's going to destroy the family image. And this causes difficulty in expressing your vulnerability. This causes difficulty in asking for help, because now you see that as, it's like a weakness. So for you, being vulnerable is a weakness. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be superior. Being unemotional is superior, so long as you maintain the image that is expected. And with that, Forming authentic emotional relationship or connections becomes a challenge for them. Because you can't be authentic. Anytime you want to be authentic, you are afraid you might not be accepted. You are used to be doing things as expected. You are used to be pleasing people. And with emotional suppression comes bottled up emotions. But bottled up emotions can show up as anything. You're basically a time bomb. And the only time someone will see that time bomb is when you're pushed to the wall. When you're pushed to the wall with bottled up emotions, these people actually react. And they react in a way they make it is your fault that they behave like that. Because to them, they are superior. These people don't know how to deal with stress. They don't know how to deal with anxiety. Another impact is golden children always live their lives controlled by their parents' expectations. So if they have dreams that don't align with their parents' expectations, they won't pursue them. So they are never going to be themselves, because they are living their lives based on their parents. Their dreams have to align with the parents' expectations. A lot of difficulties making independent decisions. Their decisions have to align with their family. They can't have any purpose outside the family. Their own individual purpose, they can't. It has to align with what is expected by the family. Even in choosing careers, they choose that career that suits their parents' ego. So that the parent can, me, my son is an engineer, or my son is a doctor. Oh, me, my daughter is, like it's all based on their parents' ego. They can't pursue anything outside the expectation of the family. They can't do that on their own. Now, the last impact, as adults, golden children mainly are actually the people who go through the midlife crisis. As I had said earlier, that's not a crisis, that's an awakening. It's called a crisis because now this golden child is turning into the black sheep. This golden child has started seeking their own identity. They realize they can actually live their lives without following the expectation of the family. Now you've become an adult, you've realized there are a lot of things kumbe you could have done, but you are afraid of doing them. Why? Because you are used to doing what was expected by your parents, so that to be accepted and loved. Black sheeps, it's like their entire lives is always on awareness. It's very rare to find a black sheep going through a midlife crisis as an adult. It's very rare to find a black sheep going through an awakening as an adult. To them, it's always just going on, because they are living their authentic lives. These people don't change. They don't reach a point and realize, oh, kumbe I can live my life. No. It's most of the time, it's always the golden child. The golden child is when they reach a certain age and realize, oh shit, I can actually live my life. I've been living people's life. I don't want to do that anymore. Now, that's when they start their own self-awareness journey. That's where the midlife crisis comes in. And the moment they start their awakening, the golden children start out their awakening, now they are regarded as the black child, because now you are going against your parents. What has happened to you? Who is this you're with that has confused you to be like this? Have you started taking drugs? So now you're being used as you're being referred to the sibling who was a black child. Have you started taking drugs? Have you started following so and so? So people start rejecting you just because you've started pursuing your own dreams, just because you've started self-awareness journey. You've started reaching out to your authentic self. So being a golden child is very advantageous when growing up, but it comes with impact same as the black sheep. With the black sheep, he's gonna deal with the impacts, but with time, he's gonna build resilience. Once they build resilience, the black sheep is okay to navigate through the complexities of life. But now the golden child they don't build resilience. They're living within the ego of the parents. The moment now they start getting out, They are now termed as black sheep. They are now termed as, hey, now you've started following some things we don't know. You've started either using drugs, you've started being with very bad friends. You know, come back. They'll always tell you, come back. So my people, heal. Heal. As a golden child, start acknowledging the impact that role has played in your beliefs and your behaviors. You know, like just start by that. Start acknowledging, I was a golden child, yeah? How has that role played in my beliefs and my behaviors till now? Secondly, learn to set boundaries. Learn to say no. Fuck whatever someone is expecting. Learn to say no. Don't go on pleasing people just because you feel that's the only way they'll accept you or love you. No. If someone doesn't accept you for who you are, then why pretend, bruh? Why are you there pretending? That's already that's already a clear communication. You don't align with that person. It's either they accept you for who you are or not. There's no in between. Thirdly, focus on building healthy relationships that are focused on mutual respect and emotional connection. Remember, mutual respect. Healthy relationship, focus on that. And lastly, focus on either therapy or start your self-awareness journey. Focus on that. A therapist, a life coach. Seeking help is not a problem. Drop that perfectionism. My people, heal. Drop. You can't be perfect in this world. There's no perfect in this world. You know, you will keep on chasing something. By the time you're old is when you realize, anyway, there's no perfect. Then now when you're too old is when now you become Mr. Wise Guy. You're there, oh guys, you know what? Don't wait till you're old to do this. Don't, you know, because you kept on chasing perfect. There's no perfectionism in this world. That is the first lie you are conditioned with. There's no perfectionism. Good doesn't mean perfect. You know. So perfect is an illusion. Just be yourself. Drop that perfectionism. Focus on the self-awareness journey. My people, heal. Heal so that you don't live your life as a reflection of other people's expectation or ego. Live your life as a reflection of who you are. My people, heal.